being part-time, I have a lot of free time. But then I kind of realized again that even with all that free time that I had, I barely did anything. Surprisingly, yeah, like you're probably wondering, like, what the heck? Like, you're working part-time, you can still afford like your rent. And okay, cool. Um, I feel like the audio right here is pretty bad. Interesting. It's kind of clipping a lot. So let me just fix that for a bit. Hello? 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 Yeah, okay. I think slightly higher. Hello? 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 Alright. Welcome to season 2, episode 2 of Within the Frame. My name is Luis. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be mentioning that this is season 2. Probably you guys already guessed it that it's already a season 2. And yeah, I mean, I just came back from my trip from Atlanta, Georgia, and honestly, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good experience overall, especially going in the South, just because never went to the South. The only time I went to the South was just crossing the border, flying over to Mexico, and that's it. That's the only time I went south. But within the states, it was like I said, pretty good experience. Yeah, I mean, I really had a lot of fun. It was a lot warmer compared being up here in the north. And honestly, I feel like going back just because it's a lot warmer compared to here. I'm literally dying every morning to wake up just because my apartment is like freaking what, like almost 32 degrees or 30 degrees Fahrenheit. And yeah, like almost 0 degrees Celsius right there, or sometimes negative. And I just keep waking up cold. Maybe because my bed is like kind of right next to a window, so I could just feel the breeze just go right through. I should probably move my bed as well. And yeah, what else? I've also went exercising, or went to the gym yesterday, which was the first time in a while. I'm pretty sure like it's been almost 2 weeks that I haven't went to the gym, which is pretty bad, and I haven't went to for a run yet, which is also pretty bad. Right now, I'm just pretty sore from the gym of yesterday. I was just doing lunges and battle ropes and what else? Box jumps, and yeah, I'm already feeling it, which means that yeah, it's been quite too long for me to not go to the gym at all. And what else? Let me just fix the microphone. Um, and for running, it's been really cold. I think the last time I went was when it was almost about, I think, like 7 degrees Celsius, which is like about like around 50. I want to say like around 50 Fahrenheit. And I mean, it was still cold, but I had my gloves on, and I had my what is it, like a long sleeve thermal from Nike, and my Nike jacket as well, and also some like fleece pants, and some like a bit thicker socks that I got from like Dick's Sporting Goods. I think they were like some sort of hiking sock or something, so I just got them because it said it was like thermal socks as well. So I was like, okay, why not? And yeah, this time I stopped running on flats, just because like I mentioned on my previous podcast, where when I was running on flat area, and I always gave myself 16 minutes to run, just because it's been a while, like almost 2 years, or about to be 2 years that I haven't ran at all, and like ran competitively. And I realized that within the 16 minutes, I was slowly getting further and further and further. So from there, I was just like, okay, I kind of don't want to get bored running on the same route. So that's when I decided to go to this park, which is like pretty hilly, and yeah, I can't run like um as far as I did on flat area, obviously just because there's a lot of hills and trails, which is pretty difficult and challenging. But I mean, just trying to get stronger and faster. What else? Yeah, I think as of lately, I've just been struggling to get up early. I do have an alarm at 6:30, but before I was able to wake up at 6:30, but now it seems like I really can't be waking up at 6:30. I just feel a lot more tired. And I'm trying to be productive as much too, but I I mean, I freaking hate saying this sentence, but I was watching this TikTok video. I think it's called Div El Divine Nino. That's his TikTok handle. And literally, right when I was just like thinking about being productive stuff like that, he kind of made a short TikTok about like being lazy for one day. It's nothing that we should kind of be I guess beat ourselves too hard just because we have, like, yes, we do have enough a lot of time in our hand to do what we need to do, but we just shouldn't be too harsh on ourselves for saying, "Oh man, like I just wasted my day doing this or that." Like sometimes we kind of forget that, we gotta enjoy the moment around us and enjoy the people around us as well. And so yeah, so I mean, as long as I'm getting up and doing this is a lot better than not doing this at all. The last time I recorded a podcast episode was literally on the 15th of November, and right now it is the 22nd of December. So I mean, I I wanted to record a second episode, but I kind of got lazy on doing it. So I just like, you know what, might as well do it right now or never do it at all. And like I mentioned too, some of these episodes will be pre-recorded, so I haven't edited the first one yet, so I should probably get started with that one. And but yeah, I might just try to pre-record a few just so it doesn't feel like I have to play catch up by the time the season actually starts. So I'll try to edit these probably sometime this week, and just trying to have them scheduled on Anchor. So by the time everything comes out, I don't have to do it the day before and probably have some internet issues or something. So yeah, and what else? Also, oh yeah, my lease is almost over for my apartment. I've been living here for almost a year. And that's because I kind of wanted to be independent and see how far I can go, and it wasn't that bad. It was I mean, the beginning, yeah, it wasn't that bad until I went to the dealership and then I ended up getting underpaid. So I literally was just living just to pay for rent, and then but luckily I knew how to cook certain foods, and the cheapest ones for me to cook was rice and beans every day. So it was pretty bad. But then from there I went to a different dealership that I got paid slightly better. And then from there I ended up going to another this time I left the car industry just because even though they were saying there's a high demand for automotive technicians, I feel like that's kind of crap. The dealerships don't want to pay the technician what they're worth. So I was just like, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. It's not fair that I'm not getting paid what I should be getting paid. And yeah, so I was just like, you know what? I'll go and move into a different industry per se. And now I'm working at retail, which is my first time working retail. And it's not that bad. It's definitely getting paid better than where I was on my last three jobs. Yeah, it's crazy. I went four jobs in one year, which is it sounds pretty bad. But I mean, it wasn't that bad. I still was able to enjoy myself and still do what I wanted to do. And what else? So yeah, so I'm just like slowly moving myself back to my parents. And yeah, just so like I said, just wanted to get that experience and see how it is. And it's not that hard, as long as you know how to budget and how to plan stuff ahead. You'll be perfectly fine. If you're just an individual that's kind of a bit spontaneous, I'll highly suggest you not to do it. Probably get a roommate or something. Um, and I guess since I have that experience of like getting an apartment, for anyone who's deciding to get an apartment, they will be asking a few things. Depending on what apartment it is that you're paying per month, they will ask for your income to be three times that rent. So like if your rent is like 18, if your rent is like, let's just say, I know a lot of us would want to go in the city. In the city, I know they start like around $1,000. So if the rent is $1,000, they'll ask three times on your on your paychecks. They'll ask for or they will want your paycheck to be three times the rent. So $3,000 you should be getting like pre-tax. So you could at least get qualified to get in. And also, if you have a credit card, uh, the reason why I say credit card for your credit score, if anyone's watching this in America, you know what I'm talking about. Anyone that is not watching this in America, I just also found out that the credit score is just an American thing. Outside of America, there's no such thing as a credit score. It's I think it's called like a social score or something like that. As long as you're paying your bills and your utilities and stuff like that, I believe you get some sort of social score out of it. But in America, right here, you have to get a credit card, and with that credit card, build up your credit score. And they're gonna ask for, I'm pretty sure they're gonna ask for at least a 700, which is a pretty good score. Mine was like around, excuse me, mine was like around 715, 720 about. So yeah, I also got qualified. What else? They will also ask for, I guess, like three pay stubs from the current job, and I know they would like for you to have the same job for almost a year, I believe, or a year or two. I don't know how I did it with just having the job literally for a month, but I guess in the paycheck it showed up that I was able to, I guess, afford the rent, so they were fine with that. What else? And I mean, if you're also gonna, I guess, like do it with a roommate, you can also combine your incomes, and that's perfectly fine. They won't kind of tell you can't. Cause they just, it's all about income based with the rent. So like I said, if it's $3,000 and you have like, I don't know, three roommates and the three of you combined income is like, I don't know, like let's say per month you guys are getting like at least $8,000 to $10,000, then you most likely qualify. And I'm not sure how it is, but that's what they asked for me as a one person living in a studio apartment. So yeah, if you, like I said, if you can plan ahead and also budget yourself and stuff like that, it's not that difficult living by yourself. It's pretty easy. Just make sure you know where you're going. Pick a decent place that you actually like. Just because I know I was looking at other apartments, and a lot of people were saying that those apartment complex, like the apartment manager or like the person in charge of the whole property, or property manager, I'm not quite sure. They're just not well, what's the word? They're just they just don't care at all. To put it that way. And luckily, the one that I'm in, like they actually do care about I guess like any concerns you're having. I know with some if you put in a concern, they won't address it until literally months after. With mine, they would address the concern within a few days, which is not that bad. And yeah, it's pretty good. What else? What else? What else? I'm also, I had my first photo shoot, like almost a I wouldn't say like a professional photo shoot, but if you don't know anything, I do photography and like filmmaking as well. So for me, I kind of used to do portraits, but then I stopped doing portraits because I didn't like doing portraits. and I actually like doing more like commercial advertising and like promotional work, stuff like that for people. And I had a first gig with my friend Kiara. She has she has a small business, and her business revolves around fitness. That sentence always makes me laugh. But yeah, just because it kind of rhymes, so it just kind of makes me laugh. And she sells like apparels for women, and I believe like supplements and stuff like that. And what else? And yeah, so she just wanted I guess like some pictures to promote her stuff on Instagram, and so I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I did it. It was fun. I also recorded some like behind the scenes on my YouTube channel. And yeah, so I'm just trying to slowly build that up. I know for Christmas, my parents asked me what I wanted, and they gave me a budget, which m- uh their combined budget was like 250. So I was like, you know what? You guys help me pay for this one action camera that I've been saving up. So now I ordered the action camera. It should be arriving tomorrow. So yeah, so my dad put in 150, and be putting in the other 150. So yep, my dad got me my action cam, and then the $100, which is my mom that she offered me to give. For that, I think I'm gonna just use it to buy film, just because I do have a film camera, and I actually want to buy myself a decent film rolls. So yeah, I just told my mom, you know what? I guess I will want some films to do film photography, and from there I would just save up more money to develop film, just because it's something I kind of wanted to do. And yeah, like they were kind of bothered at first when they asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I had no idea what I wanted. If I'm being honest, I just felt like I really didn't needed anything, and or I don't know. I just kind of felt like I don't know. I'm not quite sure what I want, just because I could be a bit indecisive on things like that, and they were kind of a bit bothered. They were like, "Come on, it could be anything," like, or not necessarily anything, but they were like, "It could be like, is there something that you wanted for a while and stuff like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I don't know." And so then they were like, "Are you sure?" We can give you a combined I guess like a combined cash, or like combined money of 250. And I was like, well, I was saving up for this camera that I wanted to get. If you want, you can put in half, and I'll pay the other half. And for the other one, I actually wanted some film cameras. And when I showed them like exactly what I wanted, it kind of brought them nostalgia of the film rolls. How they would tell me, "Oh yeah, like you can't have these exposed in in the sun, or any type of light, or else like it gets destroyed." And they were like, "You sure you want that?" I was like, "Yeah, like I kind of want to learn how to do these type of learn how to use film photography, or do film photography." So they were like, "All right, sounds good to me." Yeah, and what else? What else? So yeah, I'll be expecting to be getting that tomorrow. And so I could also do street photography, just because on my first YouTube video, I tried to do street photography, but there was no other way for me to do it. Let's just say, hold up. So let's just say this is the camera that I'm using to record. That camera is a Canon. So I was recording myself with the Canon, and I had my Fuji camera, or to make it easier, I had my Fuji camera and I had the Canon, but there was no way for me to take pictures and record myself at the same time. So what I wanted was an action cam, like a GoPro, to attach on top of this camera right here, and then so it'll be recording almost like a point of view of me taking pictures. And yeah, so I'm a bit excited for that, just because I feel like it's something that people would like to watch and see how we like photographers can compose pictures out in the public. And and yeah, so what else? So yeah, I got myself Oh, my parents got me a few Christmas gifts as well, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to. I don't know. I guess I want something from Christmas, but I guess now, yeah, I was expecting something. And I also am learning another, I guess, another skill set. I'm trying to learn how to code, which is something completely out of my, I guess, my reach, just because it was something that I never thought that I wanted to do. I remember seeing like small boot camps in my high school, surprisingly, just because the town that I lived in was just like not really well off. It was kind of underfunded and everything. But I remember in my high school freshman year, they had like a boot camp for making apps and stuff like that. But unfortunately, I kind of didn't have the money to go to that boot camp. So now, everything that I'm learning is almost on the computer base. Or when I mean computer base, I mean like everything is online. Me just looking up videos. I also found a boot camp. Um, when I was looking online, and before I'm actually gonna sign up for it, I'm actually going to try to learn a lot of things by myself and see if I really like doing coding, or like at least designing websites and stuff like that. And just in case if I end up do liking it and I want to learn more, or want to I guess be more efficient on coding, I'll definitely sign myself up for that boot camp and just kickstart what I want to do as well. Yeah. And what else? The one thing that I'm scared of at the moment right now is going from part time to full time. Surprisingly, yeah, like you're probably wondering like what the heck, like you're working part time, you can still afford like your rent, and surprisingly, I'm just as surprised as you are. But yeah, but yeah, I'm able to afford rent with the part time job that I have. But right now, I am actually want to be full time at the same job, just because it is a bit competitive trying to get full time. And the reason why I say I'm scared is because being part time, I have a lot of free time. That means I have a lot of time to focus on YouTube and stuff like that, and my podcast. But then I kind of realized again that even with all that free time that I had, I barely did anything, just because money was there was only so much I was able to stretch out with my money, especially being part time compared to being full time. That if I was full time, I would have had at least a few things that I needed, and yeah, like I keep saying, it's I don't want to say that you need the gear to do your things. With the three cameras that I have, crop sensor Canon M50, a crop sensor Fuji X100V, and a Olympus OMG film camera. I'm perfectly fine with those tools that I have, but I also want to make some pretty good quality videos. So yeah, so that's the reason why I kind of where I'm trying to go with this. Um, I kind of realized that even working part time, I wasn't focusing too much on my podcast or on my YouTube channel, just because there was a few gears that I was missing um for my videos. Like I mentioned, a small GoPro camera that I kind of want to put on top of my Fuji camera so I can go out and do street photography and upload that to YouTube. And also how I mentioned about that I'm saving up my money to get me a slightly better an interchangeable lens Fuji camera, just because I did used to have Sony, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I might just go back to Sony if I have the money or if I save up. I'm going to save up money, just because when I had a Sony, the colors were a bit greener when editing, and I kind of didn't like the colors, so I ended up selling my Sony, and then I got myself a Fuji just because I saw how amazing the Fuji cameras are. But now, when they announced the A7S3, which was like a while back, they fixed the color signs on it, and the S3 is more of a video camera not a photo camera. So it's a lot of money. I think they said like the retail price is like $3,500, which is like a lot of money, but you get a lot of what is it? You get a lot of features out of it as well. But in the meantime, I'll just stick with Fuji just because I really like the colors and I really like I guess like I got used to the interface with Fuji. I know with Sony it's kind of been a while for me, so I probably will be just as lost trying to get through the menus in the Sony. But yeah, that's the reason why felt like I went off track. But that's the reason why I feel like I'm a bit scared of being full time at my job, just because I feel like I won't have time to focus on my other hobbies. But yet again, it's all about scheduling and prioritizing your I guess your hobbies in a way. As long as I can find a schedule and I can make the time and prioritize certain things. Obviously, it will be impossible for me to do everything in one day, but what will be possible is for me to focus certain aspect of my hobby um for each day. For example, one day I can just focus mainly on podcasting. The next day I can focus mainly on photography and just keep rotating that way, put in a little bit of me learning how to code as well. So it's that's something too that it won't be too difficult. As long as you know how to schedule yourself and how to prioritize things and have pretty good time management, it's pretty. You'll be pretty fine. I'll be fine. And plus it'll be a pretty good resume skill to put as well. That you know how to prioritize things. You have pretty good time management. You know when to prioritize certain things on what day and at what time. And yeah, I feel like that'll be it for today for season 2, episode 2. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. And yeah, I feel like I didn't talk a lot about Atlanta. I guess that'll be for a next episode then. Maybe not. But yeah, like I said, Atlanta was pretty good. It was a lot warmer compared to here, being up in the Northeast. So I can't wait. I guess the next trip for me would be Texas and see how it is over there. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys stuck around. If you did, make sure you like this video and comment and tell me I guess what is something you're trying to prioritize at the moment. All right. Peace.